To many Americans, white and black, the bad dream is back. And this ceremonial carry-on is the root cause of those fears. A revitalised and growing Ku Klux Klan, an unashamedly extreme right-wing sect with one fanatical aim: white supremacy. In these times of American soul-searching, the Klan is not quite the secret society it was. But 60 Minutes only got into its protected inner sanctum because we were all white.
He's the Imperial Wizard of the Invisible Empire, Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, Mr. Bill Wilkins.
The Imperial Wizard of the Knights of the Klan, Bill Wilkinson, a 36-year-old former electrician, is part neighbourhood bully, part evangelist, part politician, and all stirrer.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you, as always, I'm pleased to be at a rally, a Klan rally, where you see nothing but white faces in the audience. This is probably the only place in Nashville, Tennessee tonight that you can be assured 100% that you won't have to rub elbows with a Negro.
Think of New Orleans and you think of this, the French Quarter and Bourbon Street. And when you think of Bourbon Street, you think of New Orleans jazz, real jazz, genuine black music. But anything black in this part of the United States, the South, is not necessarily music to the ears of all white Americans. White Americans like David Duke, the Grand Wizard of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
Some people are pretty upset. I mean, their children go to school and they're being beaten. Their child goes to school and cannot learn to its capacity because they're being held down by these minorities. They're finding themselves discriminating in the jobs. And I must say, some people are mad, and some people have hate in their hearts because they're experiencing this crime. In this city alone, we have a night doesn't go by without a white woman in her 50s or 60s who is raped and literally butchered by blacks. There's a lot of people who have this hate, no denying it.
He is devoting every spare moment of his life to the invisible empire and that of the white race. I'd like to, at this time, present him with this commission, commissioning him the Grand Dragon of the great state of Tennessee.
If Wilkinson and Duke are the thinking man's Negro haters, Tex Moore, the newly certified Grand Dragon of Tennessee, is the original redneck.
We feel that a race war is imminent. We hope that this is not so because we feel that innocent children and women will perish on both sides.
Despite the Klan's protests that they are really only misunderstood patriots, few, if any, believe them when they talk about segregating blacks, not eliminating them, when they say that white supremacy can occur without violence.
The Klan is growing rapidly. I think the people are searching for something. I think they are sick and tired of being abused by our corrupted government, by our own white people. In their search for an answer, there's a good possibility they found it in the white man, in the Klansman. Well, there were 3 deer killed in this area up here last year. The Klan is America. It is Americanism. We've gotten away from the patriotism that we once had, and we need to regain this.
This is Franklin County, Tennessee, deer hunting country. It's also hardcore Klan country. Here the gun speaks louder than words, and mountain men like Tex Moore are not interested in pseudo-intellectual arguments.
I am a thoroughbred racist and emphasize that racial purity is America's security.
What are you going to have to do to get that purity?
Eliminate the race mixing completely. The only solution to the major problem of integration is segregation. I'm not saying put the Negro back where they were in slavery. I'm not saying ship them back to Africa, although that wouldn't be a bad idea. We have people standing by that will go into the shipbuilding business if necessary.
Today, millions throughout the United States are afraid that the racial nightmare they lived through in the 60s is with them again, with a difference. In 1980, the Klan is not only back on the march, but also advertising the fact.
My guest this morning is the Imperial Wizard of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, Bill Wilkinson, who is in town for the weekend. Mr. Wilkinson, in general, I would say the Klan has a pretty bad image. Your group is a white supremacist group, is that correct to say?
That's incorrect.
Okay, then explain yourself.
Well, we do not base our organization on supremacy. We base our organization primarily on our beliefs, religious beliefs, and that is the belief that we have the right, that we should segregate ourselves from other races.
But you don't believe that the white race is superior to all others?
We believe that, yes, but...
No one knows how many Klansmen there are, and Klan leaders certainly won't tell you. But one thing is obvious: their support is greater than their actual numbers.
Okay, let's take another call.
I know they have a Clavern here inside of Nashville, and I was wondering if he would give me the Nashville address of the Clavern here. And I also like to keep up the good work, Bill. I think you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
You're on KDA Conversations.
Hello, Bill. If I was to move in your neighborhood, which I am black, what action would you take?
I don't think you'll be moving in my neighborhood.
You've got daughters, right?
Yes.
What would you do if in years to come your daughters came to you and said, we're seeing a black man?
Well, I'd be terribly disappointed, but I'm confident that they won't feel that way because my daughters will be getting both sides of the coin.
What if I was to tell you that I suspect that I'm what you would call a white nigger, in that I can really say some of my best friends are blacks?
That's your prerogative.
Think that makes me strange, then?
I think it makes you a bit misguided, but, you know, that's your prerogative. I certainly would not have anything to do with you socially.
Because I associate with blacks, you'd have nothing to do with me.
No.
Duke and Wilkinson are rivals. The only comment they will make about each other is no comment. But they have two things in common. They're both anti-black, and both feel persecuted by the media, especially Duke, the whiz-kid racist. Do you find many people coming in to buy some of your paraphernalia who aren't in fact officially members of the Klan?
Oh, a lot of people do.
David Duke could easily fill the slick young executive mold. 29, middle class, college educated, the perfect whiter-than-white Aryan male. David Duke for president, are we talking about the Klan or the country?
Well, no, we're talking about running for president of the United States.
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, certainly.
In fact, Duke's the voice of sweet prejudice within Klan rhetoric. For this reason alone, his opponents say Duke is even more dangerous than his less articulate supporters.
The white people at some point have got to say, we've got rights too, and our rights are being stepped on. And if it's right for a black person to stand up for his human rights, then it should also be right for a white person to do the same thing. And that's all we're trying to do in the Ku Klux Klan.
If you say that the white race is superior, does that mean that you believe, it sounds like strongly,
Very strongly.
that the black race is inferior?
Definitely. Let there be no doubt in your mind.
In what way?
They're inferior in education. Their IQ is 15 to 20 points lower than the average white American. They're inferior so far as their ability to react on the spur of the moment. They're just slow thinkers. Their arms are longer. Their backsides are reared higher. Their skulls are thicker. They are basically just an animalistic group of people.
When the rebels and the Yankees fought the American Civil War back in the 1860s, in many ways the war was about white versus black, or at least slavery versus anti-slavery. One of the aftermaths of the war was the Klan. And as white history tells it, the Klan had its beginnings here in Pulaski, deep in Tennessee, anti-black country. The Klan broke up in these parts in the 1920s, but only a few weeks ago, a new Klavan was formed here in Pulaski, a clear indication that the Klan is on the move again. And like all Klansfolk, the new members from this little piece of backwoods America are left in no doubt about the reason for the Invisible Empire's existence. The application for membership of the Klan spells it out. I hereby swear that I am a white person of non-Jewish ancestry. I swear an unqualified allegiance to the white race.
Being a Klansperson is a tremendous honor, but it also holds with it a very, very great responsibility. We have a very heavy weight on our shoulders, which it's our responsibility to disperse. And the best way we can carry that weight is by recruiting new people into this organization, into this cause. And together, we can win this battle for white survival.
Duke's New Orleans-based faction could be the New Look Klan. He claims he's attracting a different kind of American racist. He would burn all the books on black history, but Duke still promotes himself as the intellectual giant of the Klan.
We have to build a spirit, a core, almost an army of men and women who believe the way we do. Not for physical acts or physical revolution. What we're fighting here is a battle for the mind and the heart.
Hello, you want to buy a rifle ticket?
Oh, I almost didn't recognize you in your robe.
Well, white is beautiful.
That's your Klan robe?
Yes, it is. And black on white is not pretty, but white on white is beautiful.
Tell me about the raffle.
We have Commando 45 caliber semi-automatic, and it's going to be given away tonight. And we're selling chances. They're $1 a ticket.
And you're raffling a gun?
Yes, sir.
It's an unusual prize. I mean, I don't know what I would do with it. What would somebody from the Klan do with it if they won one?
Well, you can go hunting. There's such things as squirrel hunting with one, and just most any kind of hunting you want to do.
The winning number for the gun is 0645. Ricky Mash of Kingston Springs, Tennessee.
Our people literally are an endangered species this day on Earth. We're a tiny minority in the world's surface. The non-whites are reproducing rapidly, and our people are having few children. We've got to start protecting our race, and that's what I'm concerned about, preserving a beautiful and unique kind of life on this planet.
Texas race war that you fear could happen.
Oh, yes.
How well prepared are Klansmen for that eventuality?
We're well prepared for it. In this particular faction, in the Invisible Empire, I might have mentioned to you earlier that Mr. Wilkinson is considered the most militant of the Klan leaders, and this very well could be. He is merely a general, and we are his soldiers. At his command, we have prepared ourselves for a race war, hoping that it never comes about. But in the event that it does, we shall not step backward one step. We shall go forward at his command and try to eliminate any future problems.
Let me say it right now. The white people are rising up and the public sees it. They don't like it. They don't like these little gatherings of 200 and 300 and 400 like we have here. They don't like them all across the country because they know that we have the sentiment of the people. But let me tell you...
Our views on segregation are based on the Holy Bible.
You say that's what the Klan believes, but there were men standing behind me at the rally when you were making what were to all intents and purposes reasonable comments based on your beliefs. They were shouting things like death to the blacks.
Well, you always at a public gathering have some radicals present.
These were men in Klan robes. Men in Klan robes behind me shouting death to blacks, death to Jews, death to communists.
Well, we don't condone that, and of course if we have some members that believe that way, we regret it.
If a man said that he thinks your method, if he thinks that violence is the way to do it, that you could be waiting forever to achieve it any other way,
what would you do to him?
So long as he is willing to, if he believes, we have people that believe that violence is going to be the only way. In fact, I believe that ultimately that's going to be the only way. But he must at least accept our methods at this time.
By and large, ordinary Americans are a religious people. The Ku Klux Klan not only claims a Christian basis for its racist message, to its most fanatical followers, the Klan itself is a religion. Today, all over the country, Klan leaders are talking about a fight to the death for God, country, and the white race. The frightening discovery is that more and more of those ordinary Americans are listening.
When we use the cross, we light it in a ceremony. And to us, it's one of the most beautiful and sacred ceremonies that we can perform.
Roll on the ground. Roll on the ground.
I'm all right.
It's not a desecration of the cross, but a lighting of it. An illumination of it. And in that cross, we see the heritage of our Western Christian civilization. We see the fire, the intensity of our beliefs, the ideals that we believe in.
Behold the fiery cross still brilliant. All the troubled history failed to quench its hallowed flame.
Someone once said that bigotry, racial or otherwise, is like the pupil of an eye. The more light you shed on it, the smaller it becomes. Hopefully.
God give us men, tall sun-crowned men who will not flinch at duty and who will not lie. God give us men. Amen.
Hello, I'm Liz Hayes. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9 Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.